Hello, people. How is everyone doing today? It is Tuesday, June 7th, 2022. I think this is National Retire Day, Tuesday, Retire Day, whatever day you want to call it. But there's a lot of people that retired over the weekend, so we're going to call it Retire Day. But anyways, we have loads to talk about today. But before we get started, I do want to give a shout out to Mark Novakovic. Check him out on YouTube. He's got amazing content. The Jimmy and Chad podcast was an excellent little skit that we did. It's not really a podcast. Everyone thought it was. Go watch that. It's hilarious. I was a part of that. Also, check out SomedaysBlack.com. Loads of great content on there. The Art of Procrastination is such a great album on there. And he's also on Apple Music and Spotify if you guys want to check him out on there too as well. Subscribe below. Be sure to hit that like button. We do need 893 more subscribers to hit 1,000. So that's our quest. So we'd appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys hit subscribe below. But without further ado, I'm going to give a young welcome to, he goes by Brother Dan in the morning, Disco Danny during the day, and at night he goes by Danny Conda. How are you doing, Brother Dan?
I'm doing well. How about yourself, buddy?
Oh, just living, working, living, eating, living, working. Same thing as usual. All right. So we got loads to talk about today, bro. Lots of people retired today. Let's see. All right. I was just moving some things. So our boy, but Stefan Tuitt. Or Stefan Tuitt, I think that's how you say it. Stefan Tuitt. He retired today. He gave a little goodbye. He said, with respect to the Steelers organization, my teammates and coaches, I would like to officially announce that I've come to the decision to retire from the NFL. I am thankful to have had an opportunity to represent the city of Pittsburgh for the past 8 seasons and am blessed to lead this game with my health. After the tragic loss of my brother Richard, and upon completing my degree from the University of Notre Dame, I know I am being called to move beyond the sport of football. I want to thank everyone for the love and support they have shown both on the field and again would want just the Rooney coach, family coach. I'm sorry, the Rooney family coach Tomlin and the entire Pittsburgh organization. It was an honor and a privilege to play for this historic team. Go Steelers. What are your thoughts on that, man?
Great linebacker, great defensive end, could move around a little bit. I thought he was still a little bit premature, but injuries happen, and I think it was time for him to retire and be done. So, I'm all right with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's always great when you get to walk away from a game. You still got all your health. I mean, he literally just got his degree from Notre Dame, so that's great now too. So he can pursue that if he wants to. And he's made a load of money, so he's got, plenty of things to do. But yeah. And then some other players that have retired. One of your favorites, one of my favorites, it's Frank Gore. He's retiring with the 49ers. He's doing a ceremonial signing on Thursday. Frank Gore was on the 49ers for so many seasons. He's an exceptional running back. I think he's like 10th or something like that, maybe even closer on the all-time rushing list. He holds lots of records, especially with the 49ers. He even played with the Colts for a little bit and did pretty great with the Colts. It's just a damn shame that we can never get it figured out in Indy when he was in there to get him to win a Super Bowl. And he never was able to win one, which sucks. But that would definitely, help cement his legacy. But he's definitely a Hall of Famer. What are your thoughts on the future Hall of Famer Frank Gore retiring with the 49ers?
Beast. Longevity, be able to play at a high level. If I'm not mistaken, he didn't miss many games either.
Always healthy, man. Very, very, very healthy.
I think the Colts, if they would have had a better supporting cast, I think he would have played better with you guys when you had him. Not having a good offensive line. I was hoping he'd win a ring with you guys because his best place to win a ring would be with the Colts organization. But the GM at the time didn't help. But too bad he didn't end his career on a high note. But with stats and everything, definitely top 5 running back.
Yeah, I think that was the time when we had Ryan Grigson, and we signed no-name players to huge contracts like Goss or Churlis or something like that. And I forgot who the other bum was that we drafted to. Not drafted, but signed for a bunch of money for no reason too as well. Horrible GM, and pretty much ruined his time there. It could have been a lot better. Another player that, like I said, this is retiring day. Another player that retired is Alex Mack. He put out a statement. This is a little goodbye. He said, after 13 years and 204 games for 3 teams, I have decided to hang up my cleats. I'm so grateful to the game of football and everything it has given me. From the very start, it helped shape who I am and taught me life lessons. I started to play football because it was fun, and that never changed. Thank you to the fans. You have been with me on an incredible journey across the country. Thank you to Cleveland, Atlanta, and San Francisco. I loved living in these cities and will miss their dedicated fan bases. Thank you to all the coaches who tolerated my stubbornness and taught me as much as they could. I always tried to hold up my end of the bargain and never let anyone doubt my effort. Just want to give a special shout out to him. Alex Mack, what an exceptional player, playing for that damn long and for those 3 teams. What are your thoughts on him, man?
He was phenomenal. If I'm not mistaken, he started with the
Browns,
went to the Falcons, and then with the 49ers, I believe, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, phenomenal offensive lineman, very tough, really good in the pass and run game. It's hard to find a good offensive lineman that can be good in both and be durable for that many games. So definitely Hall of Fame worthy, should be consideration in a couple years. It's probably going to be a while without the credentials of playoff success and stuff like that. But he's very underrated, but his career says otherwise.
I just want to give him a shout out for having that special mental fortitude for being able to play with the Browns for so damn long. You know, that playoff drought, him not being like, I mean, just it's a lot, man. It's a lot to take in. So it's kind of
for sure, both of them.
You said what?
Joe Thomas, their left tackle they used to have. I mean,
yeah, it's like, how do you go into every single season and think like we're gonna win the Super Bowl? Because obviously every single team goes into the season thinking they're gonna win the Super Bowl unless they're the Detroit Lions. But I mean, it just, oh man, like I don't know, man. You'd have to really, really have some mental toughness, that's for sure. Another individual that is going to be retiring is Ryan Fitzpatrick. After playing 17 seasons with 9 different teams, he's retiring from the NFL. He's also, I heard, in talks with Amazon. Thoughts?
Good journeyman quarterback. Had some better statistical records than most earlier Hall of Fame quarterbacks with the stats and everything, but he showed flashes of being good, showed flashes of why he's a backup too, but just a humble player. Obviously, you got to do something right to last that long. I'm assuming his injury had a lot to play with his retirement, but I mean, good backup. Great when he had to be in a starting role. I mean, when he coming from a backup role. So, I mean, nothing bad about the player. I mean, it's magic. He makes things happen.
Yeah, I mean, I loved him as a player. I mean, he is the epitome of what you want when you go into the NFL. Like, and I'm not saying like as far as, you know, winning Super Bowls, but in general, just having fun. You know, your goal when you go into the NFL obviously is to make money, win Super Bowls, and win awards and things like that. But the ultimate game is just to have fun. And I feel like every single time he was on the field, that man was having fun, slinging the ball. He played for 9 different teams. I mean, it's like going on Madden and you're trying to win a bunch of Super Bowls on Madden. You keep trading yourself to different teams to try and help them and stuff like that. It's fun, man. It seems like he had a lot of fun doing it because he played for 17 seasons. You know, I obviously never won any MVPs or anything like that, but like he's definitely a hell of a player. He could definitely sling the rock, man, and it's definitely a great guy to have on your team. He was definitely a leader in the locker room, definitely a mentor for loads of players. You know, so I mean, respect to that guy, man.
And it's just too bad he didn't win a ring. You think of all these different teams he's on. You think you just picked one that would have won a Super Bowl for that year,
right? And like just be a backup on one of those, like, you know, backup Brady or, you know, Manning, Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, one of those guys.
Yeah, would have been perfect.
Would have been great. Another guy that retired, man, like I said, this is a retiring day, is Romeo Crennel. He's retiring after 50 years of coaching. He had a warm goodbye that he said to everybody. He said, "Football has been my entire life. It's been a dream come true to coach for 50 years. There are so many friends to thank who have helped me and supported me throughout my career. I especially want to thank the fans and owners of the New York Giants, New England Patriots, New York Jets, Cleveland Browns, Kansas City Chiefs, and Houston Texans for allowing me to contribute to the game that I have loved for so much for so long. I'll miss everything about coaching and teaching, but the thing I'll miss most is being around the guys every day. My goal is to put every player and the coach in the best position to succeed, and I consider every guy I coached or worked with a part of my family. I would also want to thank my wife, Rosemary, and my 3 daughters, Lisa, Tiffany, and Christine, for all the support over the years. Because of their love and selflessness, I have been able to live out my dream. I am thrilled to have the opportunity to spend more time with my grandchildren while staying around the game of football." What are your thoughts on that, man?
Well, a lot of that success of those Patriot defenses in the early 2000s. Hats off to his leadership and his coaching style and abilities. I mean, and I'm not saying he's coached in numerous of other places as well, but obviously he hasn't had success everywhere he goes. But it's not about the success. He was a good teacher, a good coach. Obviously, you do something right if you last 50 plus years. You know what I mean? So it's phenomenal the career he's had and the family that supported him that makes it last that long. So good for him, and I hope he enjoys his retirement.
Yeah, same here, man. I'm just glad in general that whatchamacallit, he did it for 50 years, and then for people to do it for 50 years, like your whole family, it's a big thing. You know, you're gone for a long time. When I say a long time, like they coach for hours. Like they're in the at the facility watching film. They're doing and working with their guys, and they don't come home until super late at night. And obviously, when they come home super late at night, they probably have to prep for the next day. A lot of people bring that stuff home. I don't know if he ever did, but I know it's very, very time consuming. So the fact that his family was able to support him for 50 years to do this, I mean, that's exceptional. You know, I know there's a lot of coaches out there that have gone through divorces and stuff like that because football has taken a toll on their life, and you know they break it home, they get stressed out and stuff like that. You know, it's one of his dreams. He said it was something that he got to do, and he loved doing it, and he did it for 50 years. I mean, how many people can say they got to do their dream for 50 years? You know, my dream is in acting or broadcasting like I'm doing now, and I've only been doing this shit for 2 years. You know, like the fact that he got to do that stuff for 50 years. I mean, I think that's pretty great.
And you know what? He never had to work a day in his life doing something he loved.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think about that. You're not working if it's something that you love. If it's your dream, it's just it's fun. You know, you get to have fun every fucking day. Like, shoot, I have to go sling phones all day for Verizon. I mean, I like my job, but it's not something I want to do every single day. It's not something I look forward to. I just do it because it's a job and I get paid good money. I mean, if I got paid to do this all the time, I'd love it. It's one of my passions. It's what I love to do. If I got paid to act, I mean, I don't put enough time into acting, but if I did, you know, I mean, acting takes a lot out. You got to pretty much, there's a lot that goes into acting, man. I would have to take some more classes. You got to take some more time off of work, which means less money. Like, there's a lot of things that go in that type of stuff. But be able to do it for 50 years, man, props to that, man.
Absolutely. God bless him in retirement.
Amen. I just want to give a moment of silence for these two individuals. One of these guys passed away a week or two ago, and we didn't talk about it. And then over the last week, another legend passed away. Marlon Barber and Jeff Gladney. Jeff Gladney was on the Vikings. I want to say he was on the Falcons. Like he switched teams or something like that. Marlon Barber, exceptional player. I'll let you talk about him in a second, but let's just give a moment of silence real quick. So, what are your thoughts on this, Danny? On these two individuals? I know, Gladney had a very short career, but on Marlon Barber in general.
Okay, he played for the Bears, I believe the Cowboys, and there's one other team I can't think of on the top of my head.
I got you. Hold up. Because I sent it to you. Boom, 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 boom. He was found in Texas, passed away, but he played. Oh wow. Was it the? No, it wasn't. It just says Dallas Cowboys. I mean, it pretty much talks about the Dallas Cowboys, but it's like, dude, he played for other teams.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's mainly with the Cowboys, but
I think it was the Bucks.
I thought it was the Bucks too for a little bit.
Yeah, it doesn't say it on here, but I think it was the Bucks because Vincent Jackson said he played with them, and I'm pretty sure he was on the same team with them. But I can just look it up on the internet. I don't know why I'm doing that, but go ahead, go with what you were saying.
Phenomenal player, very running back, and do a little bit of everything. Obviously, unfortunate when somebody dies young like that. Don't want to see anybody dying young. You hope to be old and they're bad. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate, sad. Thoughts and prayers with his family. I mean, talented in the NFL, yes, but besides the NFL, as a person, it sucks to lose someone that young. So,
I agree, man. He actually didn't play for the Bucks. He played for the Dallas Cowboys from 2005 to 2010. Then he played for the Chicago Bears in 2011. This man was an exceptional player. He had 1,156 rushing attempts. He got 4,780 yards, 53 rushing touchdowns, 179 receptions for 1,330 yards, and 6 touchdowns receiving. Great guy. Pro Bowl 2007. He was from the College of Minnesota. He was drafted in the NFL in 2005, round 4, pick 109. It just sucks when someone dies so young. He was only 38 years old when he passed away. As far as Jeff Gladney goes, I'll talk about him real quick. He was a cornerback in the NFL. Let's see. He played for the Minnesota Vikings, and I was right. No, I wasn't right. It was Arizona Cardinals, not the Falcons. He didn't even get to play with them. He just signed with them this year on March 16th. But he was drafted by the Vikings in 2020. And he had a total of 84 tackles. He had 1 forced fumble and 3 pass deflections over his 2 years there. He was first team All Big 12 in 2019 and second team All Big 12 in 2018. He played for TCU from 2015 to 2019, and he was a first-round pick at the 2020 draft, and it was the 31st pick, went to the Vikings. So it was actually, I don't know if you recall, I called that pick on one of our draft extravaganza things. Well, man, that sucks. Always sucks when played that long. He was super young. I didn't look at his age. I forgot, but it just sucks when we lose players that young. I wish they would just live full and healthy lives. Some history has been made. Madden is being honored with a 2023 video game cover. Madden. When I say Madden, I mean, yeah, the one and only Madden. Here are some of the looks at the covers that will be coming out. I don't know. What's your thoughts on these, Danny? John Madden is going to be on the cover of 2023. How you feel about that, Danny? You think there should be another player? Or you like them bringing him back?
I like it bringing him back because he obviously died. Obviously, that's why I don't want to use the word because he died. But honor him in that way. We'll put him on the cover. I like the second cover. I don't like the video game. It's recycled garbage. But
this one?
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, that's a solid one. I like that one too. This one, not so much.
Consider the second one. Think of the second one. Oh, he's dead. Passed away. But it looks like, hey, you're triumphing even in death.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I like that one a lot. I like that one a lot. So one thing I didn't know about Madden that I really didn't think about is that he created this game as a way to give back to the fan. Like I knew Madden was created. I thought people were just trying to make a quick buck off of it, but apparently he was the only coach in the NFL that would give his playbook up and show it for people out there to create a video game and give the fans a little bit of a taste of what the NFL world was like. I never knew that about him. Obviously, other coaches in the future started doing it, or we started reading out obviously as technology got better. But man, like respect to that guy. Like he wanted to bring more football to people. Like, how can you do that? Okay, let's create a video game and put plays in there. I mean, how else are you going to play this video game if you don't have any plays in there? So he's like, you know what? Take mine. Like, I like this guy, man. I like that was pretty great, And I like the game of Madden. It just hasn't been great in the last few years. It's kind of the same. You're pretty much just paying to get new rosters every single year, honestly. But yeah, I thought the game was pretty cool. I thought that them honoring him was pretty cool. I mean, they've been having a player on there for forever. I think the last time Madden was on there was probably like 95 or something like that. You said when?
99 or 2000. It might not have been 2000. I think Ray Lewis was on the 2000 cover, so it might have been 99.
Let's take a look. Madden game. Game list. Maybe it's covers.
But for sure, I thought it was 99 or 2000. The reason why I kind of stray away from 2000 because of Ray Lewis and 2000.
I mean, this is just a list of who it's been for the last several years. So John Madden has been on it since 2000. You're correct. Then it was Eddie George, 2001, Dante Culpepper, 2002, Marshall Faulk, 2003, Michael Vick, 2004, Ray Lewis, 2005, Donovan McNabb, 2006, Sean Alexander, 2007, Vince Young, 2008, Brett Favre, 2009, Troy Polamalu and Fitzgerald, 2010, Drew Brees in 2011, Peyton Hillis, 2012, Calvin Johnson, 2013, Barry Sanders, 2014, Richard Sherman, 2015. Odell Beckham, 2016. Rob Gronkowski, 2017. Tom Brady, 2018. Antonio Brown, 2019. Patrick Mahomes, 2020. Lamar Jackson, 2021. Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes again in 2021 as well. Well, that's weird. And then back to John Madden in 2023.
Fuck Madden 2004.
2004?
Fuck Madden 2004. Michael Vick on the cover.
Is that when he was doing those dogs?
That's it. No. I mean, I'm not even talking about the dog. I'm talking about the video game itself. Fuck Madden 2004.
Literally. Oh, you're talking about Michael Vick in general, destroying everybody and fucking everybody over, and you're always pissed because everyone picked him and shit.
Oh yeah, left. And then maybe dodge one tackle, which is easy.
I feel you, bro. It was really annoying. Like I'd get pissed off all the time, but I was also the dude that picked Michael Vick half the time.
And I also love Jackson and one when he's on the cover in 21. That's a cheat code in itself too. People would pick the Ravens. I'm like, all right, this guy's gonna write with Lamar the whole time.
And then after that, I mean, everyone was kind of cursed after that. So like,
what do you mean?
Do you think the curse might be broken now that Madden's back on it, and then maybe in the future they might put other people? Because as soon as they took Madden off, it was rumored there was a curse, and then Tom Brady kind of broke that. I mean, he never was cursed. Knock on wood.
I mean, it's Tom Brady. He defies all logic.
So you're saying everybody else was? I mean, Patrick Mahomes is seeming to be okay. Like he hasn't won any Super Bowls, but he's still playing. He's doing pretty solid.
But
Gronkowski. I don't know, man. That's weird. Conspiracies.
It's a
you said what?
It's a conspiracy.
It really is. I mean, you think let's see who is all cursed.
Sean Alexander.
I mean, Dante Culpepper. Let's just name him for example. Michael Vick happened to get caught doing that bullshit. Let me go all the way back.
What?
Eddie George. Sean Alexander. Ray Lewis got in trouble with that other shit where they was like, wasn't it a murder or some shit? Marshall Faulk. Let's see. Donovan McNabb fell off. Sean Alexander fell off. Vince Young, didn't he die?
No, he's still alive.
He fell off though. Brett Favre started throwing hella interceptions. Troy Polamalu. Huh?
He's always thrown a lot of interceptions though.
I mean, but after 2009, it was a lot.
I mean, 2010, he only threw like 4 or 6. It might have been 7 interceptions. He was with the Vikings.
That was the year he was on okay, you're right. Troy Polamalu, Larry Fitzgerald fell off. Drew Brees. I mean, I don't know, maybe not Drew Brees, but maybe for a little bit. I don't know.
Maybe in the Super Bowl.
You said what?
Maybe Drew Brees not winning a Super Bowl is him getting cursed. After he was on the cover.
He won 1 Super Bowl.
I know, but after that Super Bowl and him being on whatever cover he was on after that, no matter any NFC Championship game, he's just a cursed.
That's true. Whenever they go on it's the very next year. It says prior to 1998, every annual installment of the Madden NFL series primarily featured Madden on its cover. It says when asked about the Madden curse, EA Sports Chris Erb said, "I don't know what we believe in the curse. The players don't believe in the curse." Running back Sean Alexander, who was featured on the cover of 07, commented, "Do you want to be hurt and on the cover or just hurt?" Athlete Vince Young expressed his skepticism. Madden NFL 12 cover athlete Peyton Hillis attributed his subpar season to that year to the curse. The perception that the curse is real has resulted in fans lobbying for their favorite players not to be on the cover, such as fans of LaDainian Tomlinson, who were strongly opposed to EA Sports. Wow, people were that into it. Oh, I mean, let's see, such as Madden NFL 13's Calvin Johnson, who set the single season record for receiving yards. I mean, he got fucked over. Yeah. I don't know, man. I like a good conspiracy, but I think that curse is probably over. It's probably safe to say that, honestly.
I'm Brady, bro.
I don't know if it was Tom Brady, bro, because Drew Brees was in 2011, and he still did pretty exceptional throughout his career. He just never won a Super Bowl. And if you're trying to say that because he didn't win the Super Bowl, that's why he's cursed, it's hard to win in the league.
What do you mean? On the cover, he won a Super Bowl.
What?
How Brady won a cover when he was on the cover by himself? He won one after that.
2011.
Oh, we're talking about Drew Brees, yeah. That was still talking about Tom.
Anyways, Johnny Depp wins a high-profile defamation case. What around $10 million? Amber Heard was suing him for $100 million, it was $100 million. He was suing her for $50 million. It's funny that she sued him for $100 million, and she only got $2 million in like some punitive damages or some shit like that. And Johnny Depp got only $10 million. So it's like they sued for so much, but only got not even a quarter of that. Like, well, he got not even a quarter. I was right, but it's like a win for men, because sometimes out there men can get accused of things, and sometimes we can't. Like it's like a stereotype. Like they're like, all right, he just automatically did it. Let's just fucking throw him under the bus. And he got his career ended. I mean, when's the last time we saw a Pirates of the Caribbean movie? It's been a minute. Maybe they do a reboot, but I would say fuck Disney if I was Johnny Depp, honestly. Yay for Johnny Depp. What's your thoughts on this, bro?
I wouldn't be surprised if Amber Heard tries to take it back to court using social media as an influence on the juries. So
that can be the case, because if you're a jury member, you can't watch TV, you can't be on your phone, you can't be on social media. So there's no way that they could have been influenced.
Well, they also saying that the jury members were sleeping too. Some of them, they had alternates rolling. But regardless of the case, it was a win for men. It's a win for Johnny Depp. This saves his image. And possibly we could revive his career. And now I know Warner Brothers is always considering deleting all of Amber Heard's scenes in the new Aquaman movie, The Last Kingdom.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I mean, and another thing, I know there's other men out there who have been accused of things like that, and then without them like fighting back, they would just like kind of like accept it in a way and just take the consequences, and then the career would be derailed or something like that because they're labeled as that. Like, they would think that obviously people stop talking about it after a while, but you're labeled as that person. Yeah. So I give props to Johnny Depp saying like, fuck that. I don't want to be labeled as this. I'm not going to accept this. I'm going to fight this till the end. Go ahead.
What you need to do, because as a man, I mean, you get a typical kind of thing like, hey, he did this, he's guilty. And now that it got reversed, now she's the bad guy. And I was just thinking about it the other day, man, like, I'm kind of glad this has got shed some light. It's good for men. But it's also good because, like, now I don't have to see her in fucking Aquaman. I wasn't going to go see Aquaman 2 as long as she was in it.
There was like so many things that, like, I maybe she just had a very bad lawyer too, like, because there are so many times where those lawyers just said stupid things. I'd be like listening to it or watching it. It's like, all right, you're being really repetitive right now. Like, why are you doing that? You know, and the fact that she shit on his bed, like, what? Wow, you shit on his bed.
This is my bed now. This is my territory. I laid my mark.
He's marking her territory with shit. It's like, damn, dude. Like, I've heard a bitch. I mean, I've been ran over before. I'd rather be ran over than have some girl shit on my bed. I'm just saying, man.
Talk about a shitty situation.
I mean, honestly, people are gonna start calling her like hurting. Is that what they're gonna call it? Like hurting Amber Heard. I Amber Heard on his bed, man. Like,
she's a narcissist. She's an evil person. I mean,
did you see her like doing coke on stand? Like, it was. I mean, obviously we can't say it was coke, but she literally had a fucking napkin or a Kleenex. Usually people, when they get a Kleenex, they blow out, you know. No. When she had it, she was like, she inhaled. You know, who inhales in a Kleenex? Like, oh, let me. Yeah, no. I definitely think she did coke. Okay. Second thing is, she was like popping pills while she was on the stand. I don't know if it was like medicine of some sorts, but like the balls that woman has to be able to do coke on stand and pop some pills in front of police and shit like that, and everyone that's watching in the world, it's like, what? Can you imagine that story later on in life? Like, yeah, man, I did coke on the stand before. Have you ever done that? No.
Well, she's a walking, talking meme now. I mean, they're gonna make fun of her for the dates she dies, and she'll never have another good A-list role in another Marvel or DC or what.
She probably will never have a role ever again. Her career is probably done for her.
Yeah, and rightfully so. It should be. She's a very gross human being, and she deserves everything that comes her way.
I agree. You know, you got what you deserve. You know who else got what they deserve? Aaron Donald. He's now the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. He got a $40 million raise over his next 3 years, but last 3 years of his contract. It's technically 5. The last 2 years are voided. As you said, cha-ching. A new total of $95 million over 3 seasons. 2024, he can retire or play for $30
million. One of the best defensive players in NFL history. Top 5 for sure. And he's only played 8 years. So we're not.
We got to start arguing if he's number 1. I mean, you got to think about this. This man, Lawrence Taylor had 9 Pro Bowls, bro. Aaron Donald's got 8. And he's going to be playing over the next 3 seasons. So what if he gets 3 more Pro Bowls and then he adds to it? It's 11 Pro Bowls. Are we going to start saying he's the best defensive player ever, or maybe the best player ever?
What about Reggie White?
You said what?
Reggie White.
I think he's got 8 as well. No. That's Derek Thomas. He's got 8. So it's like
I'm just talking
Aaron Donald.
When I think of a great defensive player, I think of Lawrence Taylor. I think of Ray Lewis. I think of Reggie White. I think of players like that. I'm like, man, that's a good argument to have with somebody. Ed Reed. I mean, obviously different positions, but
I'm just saying this. I know Ray Lewis has killed people, but Aaron Donald was fucking training with knives. Do you not remember this, dude? This was a couple years ago. This man was with knives, like, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy. I don't see any other player in the NFL doing that, first off, let alone a defensive player. This dude's won 3 defensive MVPs, period. Like, What if this man is just an exceptional player. He dominates at every level. He's always getting triple teamed, double teamed. This dude got like triple team and double team on every single play last year and still got over 10 in sacks in this season. He got 3.5 in the playoffs, I believe. He got one that won them the goddamn Super Bowl. This man is a goddamn beast. Now, I'm just letting you know this right now. I'm just saying when it's all said and done, he's probably the number one best player of all time, if not best player. I mean, obviously, Brady and Manning are up there when it comes to quarterbacks, but non-quarterbacks, best player of all time, or best player, one up there.
Well, first off, when you said playing with knives, it made me think of the movie Aliens. What did he have? Bishop training from him? Like, put your ching, 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 ching. Oh! But yeah, I mean, another 3 years, I don't know. You could have another 20 sack season. You can have another 10 here, and another 15 for the last year. You never know. I mean, that's an animal.
You know what I think? I mean, he just got paid, so go ahead.
He won that Super Bowl.
Yes, he did.
The Super Bowl at the end, that last couple drives.
He's literally was going to walk away from the game, and this is why I'm going to be telling everybody he's going to be doing some crazy shit now. Because all this is kind of like when you're about to die and you don't die, and then you just start saying that you're living on borrowed time. This is now all borrowed time for him, but it's paid time. Well, let's call it PTO, if you will. Paid time off, but he's on, if that makes sense. Paid time on. This man is paid. Okay, so he's got his dollar amount. He ain't got to worry about shit now. Okay, he's the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. He's already got defensive awards. He's won 3 of those bitches. Okay, he's won a Super Bowl now. So he's pretty much done everything he can. Now, what is he going to do? He might not try. He might now try for certain records. What if he tries to win a 4th MVP? What if he wants to go for the most sacks in a single season? What if he wants to win another Super Bowl? I mean, they got everybody on the team for the next 3 to 4 years. They could go out and run it back 3 times, create a dynasty right here. I'm just saying, like, you're going to see some shit from Aaron this year, and it's going to be pretty crazy.
We're not talking about dynasties right away. You forgot about one man that's still in the league.
Yeah. What did he do last year?
What do you mean? Antonio Brown quit on him.
Oh, so it's Antonio Brown's fault. I thought it was quarterback. I can do everything, man. I don't need anybody. I've never needed any receivers. I've never had any receivers. Even though you've had Randy Moss, Julian Edelman, I can keep going on for days. Antonio Brown quit. So what you're saying is Antonio Brown is the reason why the team lost the Super Bowl.
No,
did not lost it, but didn't make it to the Super Bowl.
No, they would have went to the Super Bowl if Antonio Brown wasn't on the team. He just became a cancer for the locker room. You got everybody distracted. Tom Brady brought them all back together, especially in that quarter against the Rams. He single-handedly did it himself. He threw a touchdown to Mike Evans over Ramsey. That was fucking beautiful. But then fucking the defensive backs and the bad play call, like Cooper Kupp, single man opened and touchdown. So I'm like,
it's interesting that you say that because you guys didn't say that the very first year when he won a Super Bowl with you guys.
What do you mean?
When Antonio Brown was on the team and you guys won a Super Bowl, you guys didn't say he was a cancer in the locker room. You didn't say that he was the reason why you guys lost or you guys didn't make it. But now you're saying it this year because he had some turmoil with the team?
People change.
Okay. Also, whatever you say.
I'm a Patriot man. I just look out for Brady. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we seen your picture next to the bed. Don't worry.
Did you see what Giselle posted on Instagram with Tom Brady?
What did she post? She said that she wants to divorce and she wants to give me all the money. I'm cool with that.
Bathroom in his boxers.
Are you happy about that? Did you get a new picture created for yourself? You put it out. You're like, okay, now I have a newer picture. Yay!
It's like, wow, that's pretty open for everybody to look.
Yeah, I saw a meme the other day. Matter of fact, I might be able to share it with you guys. Hold on. I didn't. It was with Stranger Things, Will Byers with his little bowl haircut. It looks like Tom Brady with his bowl haircut. I thought that was hilarious.
But I love you anyways.
All right, and a couple other things. Walmart hair Robert Walton, whatever the fuck you want to call him. Sorry, I keep cussing. Is allegedly buying the Denver Broncos for about $4.5 billion. Rob Walton, an heir to the Walmart fortune, will win the bidding for the Denver Broncos at about $4.5 billion. Several sports bankers have told Forbes magazine. You can check them out on at Forbes, Forbes on Twitter. What are your thoughts on that, bro?
So, are we to get low prices at Mile High Stadium now?
That's interesting. If you go to Mile High Stadium, you can get a hamburger for like $2 instead of 10 or 15. Beer's $1 now. It's on sale instead of it being $10 for a beer.
Yeah, I don't know. We get a lot of stuff made from China too. That's not real. Like
the players are made in China as well.
Yeah, that's a Walmart, right? Fuck. I think it's good for an organization to get some stability now. I think when you're that rich and successful, I mean, you could obviously run a sports team.
And he said he's a hair. So, I mean, you got to think about it. He's never had to work a goddamn day in his life. He just woke up and pissed in goddamn excellence and then just probably got to, I don't know, fucking riding his jetpack around town and shit. Fucking later on, got to ride on his pet shark, petted his pet tigers before he went to bed. You know, the whole shebang.
I'm sure the guy's really smart, though.
Oh, I mean, he's got to be. I mean, he's a Walmart heir. Maybe. I mean, his family knows. His family knows how to run a business with Walmart. I mean, think about it. They're one of the greatest supermarket stores of all time. They figured out how to screw over all the other, stores that are local by instead of having a whole store full of products and selling those products, they have a store and they sell each shelf to whatever manufacturer is trying to sell their product. So as long as their shelves are sold, they don't care if the product sells or not. So, I mean, it's a brilliant and smart strategy that they've done, and it's allowed them to have one pretty much in every goddamn town inside the United States of America. I mean, it's pretty damn exceptional. So, I mean, I think it's good for their business. It's good for the Broncos. It's going to give them, definitely stability, and it's going to help them out. It's going to be really good for the NFL. I mean, the only way they can go is up, and it's always cool. I mean, think about it. He's inherited. I mean, you think about it. You inherited Walmart. Now you're about to have your own fantasy football team in real life. I mean, that's going to be awesome.
And Russell Wilson at the helm. Fuck.
He's like, oh, Russell's there? Buying that team. Also, can we? I don't know if you saw. Did you see Russell Wilson's Denver country? Let's ride. You didn't see that? It was like Broncos country or some shit like that. I think it was Broncos country. Broncos country. Let's ride. And he's like, let me go this way. He's like, Broncos country. Let's ride. Let's ride. Yeah. Like, it was really cringy and awkward. I was just like, what in the hell is going on? What am I watching here? And in fact, why did they say country? Broncos country? I mean, I can understand Colts country because we are in the middle of the country. We're in the Midwest. We're kind of country. You got some old town folks out here. But why the fuck are you calling it the Broncos country? I'm getting off topic, just saying. Thought you saw it. It was really weird. You should go watch it. Go on the Denver Broncos Twitter and just scroll down until you see Russell Wilson behind a green screen or in front of a green screen.
I'm gonna look that up. Sounds cringe.
You're gonna laugh and it's gonna be really cringeworthy. And you're like, what the fuck is you doing, bro? We have a viewer right now. Hello, viewer. How are you? But yeah, it's great. I'm glad that they're doing some things out there and whatnot. So we'll see what comes from that bid. And this is alleged, so this didn't really. This might happen, it might not happen, but apparently he's winning the bid, so whatever. But anyways, Dalton Schultz isn't happy with the extension talk. So He is not showing up for OTAs. He is mad because he got franchise tagged, and now that he got franchise tagged, he doesn't. I feel like ever since he saw everybody else, like David Njoku, sign their deal and whatnot, I feel like he wants to get paid too. Now, if he doesn't get paid, you know who will pay you? Come on over to the Colts, baby. We need a good tight end. I mean, got Mo Alley Cox over there. We just drafted that stud Jelani Woods, and we got, I think, Grayson is what his name is. I mean, we could just add another stud, Dalton Schultz. Come on over to the Colts, bro.
What's the tight end's last name?
Huh?
What's the tight end's last name from the Colts?
Which one?
Malawi what?
His name is Mo Alley Cox.
You said
Alley-Cox. Cox with an X, not C-O-C-X or C-O-C-K-S. You weirdo.
I'm immature. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, you know what? I can see why he's upset with his contract, but availability is a big thing in the NFL. He's been injured a couple times. It's been inconsistent at times. I don't even think he's a top 10 tight end. I don't even think of him as a top 10 tight end.
I don't know. I have him in fantasy a few times this year, and he balled out. I'm just saying, like, I feel like he deserves a lot of money. I think he's a better player than Njoku. But, I mean, he should be getting, Travis Kelce type money or Greg Kittle. And I know that they got paid, but, I mean, he should be getting a decent amount. But I definitely think he's in the top 10. But I wonder how much they're trying to pay him. Sometimes people just want to get paid. But, yeah, he's unhappy with the extension talks that are going on. It just sounds like he's not getting the dollar amount that he wants. He's also on that franchise tag too, which is super annoying. I think all players hate that damn franchise tag.
Well, you hate it because you get injured and then your money value goes down.
Mm-hmm. Or anything happens and your money goes down, like anything bad anyways. That's also sometimes a good thing. If you ball out, you have a chance of signing a deal with a team and getting a fat deal. But I don't know, man. We'll see what comes to fruition with this. But you know who's violating the law? The law of the league? The goddamn Bears! They violated the rules. Apparently abode. Update. According to a league source, the Bears were forced to wipe out today's OTA practice off the books completely after violating the offseason rules of the CBA with live contact during their May practices, which is prohibited. A misstep by the new regimen. What are your thoughts on this, Danny?
Talk about the bad news Bears. Oh, fuck.
Bad news Bears.
I mean, you know what? I think the coaches are trying to get them more physical than they were last year. Trying to make it more live-based activities. Obviously, I'm assuming he knew he was just going to get punished for this. But I have no problem with it. The team sucked the last couple of years. Obviously, they need to get a lot tougher physically and mentally. So take the fine. Just get the team ready to play. They looked bad in a lot of games last year. I have no problem with it. They lose a practice. It's not like all the practices they had last year really helped them be that great, right?
I mean, this is typical coming from a Patriots fan. Just allowing the cheating to happen. Yes, it's okay. Because you were trash last year, so it's okay to do. That's like saying, hey, man, we're going to record your plays this year because we were really bad last year. We want to even the playing field. No, this is not acceptable. The Bears know the rules. Those players definitely know the rules. That coach knows the rules, and so is that damn GM. That GM is fucking up, and I'm just letting you know right now. Should happen. Shouldn't happen at all. It's already it's like a strike one, Strike one, you fucked up. Strike three, you're out. So I'm telling you, there's only two more strikes, and they're going to let that GM go or that coach go. And honestly, I don't know if it's the GM's fault. Could be just the coach's fault, but anything else you want to elaborate on that?
Coming from a Colts fan base, they had a shitty GM for 5 years and ruined a Hall of Fame quarterback's talents. How many strikes did you guys get there? Not to mention that new coach of the Bears came from your coaching tree. So, boom.
First off, it wasn't a terrible coaching tree. Matt Eberflus wasn't even our pick. He was actually your douchebag of a guy, Josh McDaniels' pick. He picked him, and we're like, you know what? We're not going to be assholes. We'll keep you. We'll let you have a job still, okay? And somehow you'll make it in the future or somewhere else and whatnot. We never picked him in the first place. Josh McDaniels, and then he fucking dipped out like a piece of shit that he is. I hope he gets destroyed in Raiders Nation. I'm sorry, Raiders, but I hope he does terrible. I hope he does so fucking bad that they never, ever hire him for a position in the NFL again.
It's going to be Adams, Josh Jacobs, and Darren Waller.
Well, I hope he falters. I hope they're like, oh my God, you have all this talent. Why are you such shit?
You want Adams on your team.
Okay, first off, he was on our team, and we had a top 10 defense every year that he was on our team. Just saying.
Yeah, so it should be good for the Bears.
Maybe defensively, but what about offensively? You're going to have to score points. You can rely on your defense to score the points for you guys this year?
Doesn't work that long. They'll be good for 6 games, and they'll be exhausted and tired.
Exactly.
Yep.
Well, all right, man. That is all I have for NFL news today. I'm about to start the Major League Baseball show. You're more than welcome to join me if you'd like, but if not, I will talk to you later.
I will talk to you later.
All right, broski. Have a good night. All righty, guys. We're going to move on to the baseball portion of my show. Apparently, Shohei Ohtani may have tipped pitches during the Angels' loss to the Yankees. Joe Madden suggests. For those of you that don't know what tipping is, it's when you do your certain motion. And right before you do your motion, it kind of alerts the other player to what you're about to throw. Do you do it intentionally? Not really. No one does it intentionally unless you're trying to throw the game. But they probably memorized it, figured them out, and they were hitting them up and down to that game and destroyed them. Hopefully he bounces back this week. I think I got him on Thursday. It might be tomorrow, but I think it's Thursday. But speaking of Joe Madden, he's fired. Los Angeles Angels have fired Joe Madden in the midst of a 12-game losing streak. Yikes. I mean, think about it. You have all that goddamn talent on your team, and you can't even win a goddamn game. Like, let's get it going. You got Shohei Ohtani, Mike Trout. What are you doing? Okay. Maybe he just said that Shohei Ohtani got destroyed. Maybe he was tipping the pitches. I don't know. Former Cubs guy, I don't know. He just didn't do well, man. You can't be losing 12 games in a row. Yikes. Another manager that got fired, but before he got fired, was Joe Girardi. He was actually rumored, did a couple of interviews with the Cubs to become the manager for our team. But he ended up being the manager for the Philadelphia Phillies, and they fired him after a 22-29 start. Again, that team has loads of talent on there. I have a few players of theirs on my team, and they're just not doing so hot. So hopefully they can turn around and hire someone better. The reason why they're not doing good is they're deep in the National League East standings, have a garbage bullpen, defensive deficiency, and slow starts from some of the team's high-priced veterans. So hopefully everything can be turned around and step right up, and they maybe can pick a push for playoffs, but I doubt it. Also, the infield shift could be gone forever next season. What does this mean? So for those of you that don't know, an infield shift is when the infield shifts to a certain way. So our shortstop's really not playing shortstop. And there's other positions that aren't really doing their positions, but it's to prevent the batters from essentially getting a base hit. Normally back in the day, if you hit it up the middle, usually that's like a base hit, but sometimes it's not even a base hit anymore. I mean, they just boom, 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 you're out. Hitting in the 4 gap. Nope, boom, 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 you're out. You know, it's dropped players' batting averages dramatically. Anthony Rizzo even made a comment on this. There's actually a bunch of players that have made a comment on this, and they're all for it going bye-bye. I feel like it'll give it old traditional sense of what baseball was before this crap. I don't think anyone really anticipated what this is. I mean, it's very smart. You obviously don't want the player to score any points or get any base hits, so you do that. I mean, it's a very, very smart move defensively. I'm not knocking it, but it sucks when mentally you're going through these slumps, 0-20. when normally these would be hits, if it was back then in the traditional sense. So I kind of wanted to go away so you can have the old traditional sense of baseball, what it used to feel like when people first started watching it, and get back to that because people love offense. But I guess it helps out the pitchers. I mean, like, the pitchers can't complain too much. I mean, they can what they can, but yeah, like, just bring back the old traditional sense, in my opinion. Also, a number of players on the Tampa Bay Rays decided not to wear rainbow-colored logos on their uniforms as part of the team's annual Pride Night on Saturday that recognized the LGBTQ community. Come on, guys. It's for your faith. Nah, it's not for your faith. They're just being a dick. But, we got to respect everyone's views nowadays. Like, nah, man. Like, come on. It's 2022. You need to grow up. I know you weren't raised like that, but be a human. Think about that person. It's kind of like it's the part of being accepted, and you guys don't seem to want to accept. The manager of that team doesn't think it's going to divide the team, but there are players on that team that are for the other. They wore them, obviously, so they support it. And you have players that aren't supporting it. And in my opinion, it could divide a team. There's a lot of things that divide people. I have a lot of friends that I've lost over politics. And it's just like everyone can be entitled to their own opinion. So maybe if they're all adults and they can agree to disagree on things, they might not be divided. But in my opinion, I don't think so. I feel like there might be some little tension on him. And I also think that everyone should support it. Just wear a fucking pouch. I mean, a patch. Support the cause. I mean, what is your what? Come on, man. You're offended by this? Your faith? I want to say fuck your faith, but everyone's entitled to their own religion. But grow up. Anyways, Mike Trout responds to the fam. Says every commissioner I know always gets booed. He also made a statement. Let me find it. His response. He said, no fantasy. Oh, I'm sorry. Adam Schefter said this. No fantasy football commissioner should ever have to endure the type of criticism that the commissioner of Tommy Pham and Jock Peterson League did. Mike Trout is now getting. Trout did a terrible job, man, Tommy Pham said. Trout's the worst commission in fantasy sports. I feel like that's said about every single commissioner. There's always some bullshit that no one likes. I'm actually a commissioner of a few leagues. And there's always some dumbass shit that no one likes. I get a 10-man league. They're like, oh, how come only 4 people make the playoffs? Why can't 6 people make the playoffs? I don't know. Because it's always been 4. If you're not good enough, fuck off. Get better. Draft better. Pick up people off the waiver wire better. Play better. Sorry that you suck, that you didn't make the top 4. And they got to change the goddamn league to accommodate you because you're garbage. And then when I do accommodate the league and make it 6-man people to make the playoffs, you still don't make it because you know why? You're garbage. Or, I don't know, picking up people to put on IL. Isn't that the game? You're trying to win, right? There's not a rule saying you can't do this. I'm just saying, like... I don't know. I could go on for days about this shit, but everyone's always coming at the commissioner. Give the commissioner a goddamn break. He has to accommodate everyone. It's not a dictatorship. And it's definitely not a democracy either, because I'm the goddamn commissioner. I make the fucking rules, but I do take things in consideration. But it's only if it's for the better of the league. We'll take a vote on it. Alrighty, lastly, I'm going to go over my pitchers and batter of the week. Batter of the week is Yordan Alvarez. Air Jordan. He went 6 for 23. And I'll tell you the batting average. I actually forgot to put that in there. My apologies. He had a .260 batting average over the last week. 6 runs, 11 hits, 1 double, 1 triple, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, 3 walks in, 0 strikeouts. He is my batter of the week. Now, as far as pitchers of the week, there was a lot of them to choose from. I mean, Garrett Cole did really good. James Talon did really good. I mean, that's a lot of good players on that on the Yankees. But the one that deserved the most, there's two of them. Framber Valdez, 9 innings last week. He actually pitched twice. 9 innings, 1 win, 2 hits. There he goes. My buddy Nick just texted me. He said, Yordan, I'm assuming he probably just hit another home run. Let me check it. Let me make sure. We'll see. But yeah, he had Framber Valdez got 9 innings last week, 1 win, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts in this very first game. The second game, he got 6 innings, 1 win, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. Exceptional. Also, another Yankee that went and balled out. It's Luis Severino. He went 7 innings, 1 win, 1 hit, 0 earned runs, 1 walk, and 10 strikeouts. Honestly, I think that was better in my opinion. He did pretty good. But the only reason I'm giving to Framber Valdez is because he went 9 innings. And instead of picking Garrett Cole or James Talon. But those guys actually did pretty well. I'm just not going to go into their stats. They did pretty exceptional. So I'm glad. But that's going to conclude my show for today. Be sure to like and subscribe below, guys. We need 893 more subscribers to hit 1,000. Show us some love. Peace out, people. Peace out.